This is actually the number of pounds of food that is lost in the food system. That corresponds to about 1/3 of all the food that is being produced in the world today, and it will feed somewhere around 2 to 3 billion additional people. That happens to be the number of people that is going to be added to the world population between now and 2050. So if we could recuperate that loss, which of course is mostly of theoretical significance because we can't, but even if we could recuperate some of it, we would be able to feed a lot more people. So what's the problem? Well, let me first talk about why these losses came about or come about. We have a huge yield gap among farmers in developing countries. The yield gap is the difference between what the farmers are producing and what they could produce if they had access to the right kind of inputs, if they had access to markets for what they produce. So there's tremendous opportunity for increasing productivity on farms in developing countries. There's quite a bit of loss during harvest and post-harvest on the farm, simply because of lack of storage facilities and for other reasons. And then the losses in the value chain, they are very, very high in some countries. And finally, there are losses at the consumption level. Every time we go to a buffet, when everybody has left, there's usually a lot of food to be thrown out. Sometimes it's saved, most times it's thrown out. Restaurants are not the only places where food is lost. It is lost in households and institutions as well. So what's the problem? Here's the problem. A very large number of people don't have access to enough food. Whether it's 800 million or it's 1 billion, who knows? But it's a very large number of people who don't have access to food. If you happen to be in Haiti in January 2008, you could see people eating what I'm showing on this slide. These are mud cakes. It's earth. That's all it is. It helps dealing with your appetite. You can't afford to eat food, so you eat dirt. Yes, there are a few minerals in there, but nothing much. That's how bad the situation was in parts of Haiti when the rice prices went up in 07, 08.